Hi everyone, it's Kelsey. I'm back to share with you the fourth pillar of the slow power process. This one's about creating and maintaining healthy boundaries and trusting that you can say no. Boundaries are limits that we set with ourselves and other people to indicate what behaviors we find acceptable and unacceptable. When we have and hold our boundaries well, we maintain our energy because we tend not to overgive and overshare or allow in other people's energy that's draining for us. So it's a real empowering process when you have good boundaries. Without good boundaries, if you're like me, you can tend to overgive, overshare, and allow other people's energy to leak into yours. And it's very draining and disempowering. When you have your boundaries, you aren't drained by the needs and wants of others. And when you choose to give, you can give from a place of generosity, knowing that you're in choice about when and what and how much you give. And you're not giving from a place of martyrdom or feeling like you have to. And when you give from this place and when you have boundaries in this way, ultimately you can actually connect in a deeper way with the other person and with yourself. It's more authentic. So let me tell you a story about myself when I started working in the corporate world, or 20 years ago in my corporate career. I was a manager at a growing technology company, and as the company grew and new people came on board, I sort of held a lot of the institutional knowledge, and it felt really good and empowering and important that people would come to me for requests for my time. Everybody needed something from me as they were coming on board with the company. And at first that felt really good to be needed, and I would give and I would give and I would do and I would over and over and over until I realized that my work, the work that I needed to do, wasn't getting done until after 8 o'clock at night. So I had to sit at my desk long hours, long after everybody else was done, because I had done too much of helping everybody else to feel important and needed. Ultimately, I wasn't getting promoted or raises either. That kind of behavior, while I felt really great that I was needed, it was draining my energy and it wasn't allowing me to excel and improve in my career. When I learned how to delegate and actually ask for support, work became easier for me. I became more fun to be around, and I liked my job more, and I got promotions and raises. So it was really when I learned that I could say no to any inappropriate requests for my time that I was able to elevate myself to the next level. So here's a practice that you can use not just in work, but in life. When there's a request for your time, and if you're like me, your first tendency is always to say yes. So this is called the pause and breathe before saying yes tool. So I want you to imagine a situation in your life where someone is coming to you and asking you for something. Maybe it's somebody who you want to help, or you're supposed to help, or who it's your job to help. So maybe it's a valid request for your time and energy. So bring to mind this example. Imagine them asking you for what they need. And I want you to go through this process in your mind's eye now. So they ask you for what they need. You listen. You pause. You take a deep breath. You gently smile and nod. And before saying yes, you consider these 4 things. 1, am I the right person to help with this? Or can it be delegated to someone else? Sometimes delegating something onto someone else is empowering for that person. It's actually more appropriate than you taking it on yourself. So can you delegate this? Are you the right person? Can you delay it, right? So even if you want to say yes and you plan to say yes, does it have to be done right now? Does it have to be done ahead of your to-do list, of your high priority list? Or can you do what you need to do first and then help this person? So can you delay it? And can you ask, when do you need this by? Is this urgent? Clarify. Can you downsize this request? Can you do it quickly? Can you say something like, I've got 5 minutes, I can give you 5 minutes of my time. Will that be enough? Sometimes that is enough. When you might have, if you didn't ask, you might have gone and spent 30 minutes on it or 40 minutes on it. So sometimes just downsizing, giving it the 80-20 rather than 110% of your effort might be the best for your energy and your boundaries. Lastly, can you ditch it? Is this really something that you need to say yes to? If not, trust that you can say no. If you can say no in a graceful pleasant, positive, compassionate way, often that's the best answer for everybody, rather than doing it and feeling resentful and like a martyr. And then sometimes you just want to do it, and the answer is yes. But if you go through these 4 steps first, just to pause and breathe and make sure you're considering all your options, can you delegate, delay, downsize, ditch, before you say yes and decide you need to do it. Trusting yourself that you can say no and that disappointing others is just a part of life and that you'll still be liked and you'll still be successful. In fact, I think you'll be even more successful. That's the 4th pillar of the slow power process. Trusting your boundaries, creating them, maintaining them, and knowing that you can say no. Thanks so much today for joining me, and I hope you'll go over to the Facebook group and post any ahas you have as you practice this pause and breathe before saying yes tool. And I look forward to seeing you over there and hearing what you have to say. Ciao for now.